Boss over here telling me I'm not ready. Okay, we will call this meeting to order at 6:31 PM. And at this time, we'd like to welcome everyone and stand for a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. No pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Review of the agenda. I need a motion to adopt the agenda. It's a special meeting, so nothing can be added or taken, well, something can be taken off, but.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Ms. Hall,
Second.
second by Mr. Bennett. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 5-0. Any public comments? Okay.
Oh, we had one.
Internal board business and consider approval of certified salary table for teachers' salaries. Mr. Dustin Howard and Alicia Ellis.
Where we want to start?
Oh, man.
I was going to call it.
Okay. Well, do you want to stand up there so you? Okay.
No.
Not particularly.
Okay, well,
I can if you.
so what you have before you tonight, we have the former or the current salary scale for 23-24. The team and myself have really worked hard on a complete kind of restructure of our salary scale, so you guys have a copy of that draft. A couple of things to highlight, some things that we've kind of built in, and a lot of the reason we're being able to do this is because the district has been very fiscally responsible. We've also worked hard with our sheriff and collecting taxes and our local taxpayers. And the Senate and the legislature has worked very diligently. They're getting ready to finalize a package. So I've got some preliminary numbers increasing SEEK next year 3%, the following year probably 6%. They're also increasing transportation funding. Formerly we were only about 69%. The last numbers I saw was 85 and then 100. And then they're also increasing funding for Tier 1 supports in the SEEK formula. And all those things are allowing us to be a little more creative. So I want to, again, they'll finalize everything, but I feel confident based on the numbers I saw coming out last night and today. With that said, some highlights of the restructured pay scale. Again, it's completely restructured. Starting salaries will be between $45,000. That's first year bachelor's level to all the way, if you're a doctoral 20 or 30 year candidate, it'd be almost $81,000. Also structured annual step raises will be implemented, significant raises at year 10 and 15. We've also, for our staff that have been here a long time, before the pay scale basically capped out at 27 years. Because of changes in teacher retirement, some other things, our staff are going to have to work longer. So we're trying to have a long-term vision of meaning that they're going to get pay raises for longer. So we've actually bumped the pay scale to 30 years instead of just being capped at 20 years. We also suspect we'll do the same thing for our classified staff. That's not in front of you tonight, but again, I want to throw that out there. That'll be closer to the budget meeting. As far as raises, within this, it is not a set number. I know a lot of districts do that, but we really wanted to tackle really just the restructuring, stabilization of our scales. When we ran numbers if this is approved, the average pay raise for our teachers will be 7%. Again, average is an average, so folks, some people get a little bit more. The lowest, and it's only 6%, raise would be a little over 3% raise, and that's just for, again, when you're fixing a whole chart, we do have a couple lines that we're getting paid a little higher, but again, 3%. Some of our teachers will be getting close to a 13% raise, depending on where they fall. So again, very pleased to say the average of 7%, because our staff deserve it. We're trying to recruit the very best. We're trying to retain the very best we have. And you can't do that without compensating them. And again, our department done a great job with some recruitment retention packages and benefits and daycare and extra life insurance and. But I'm asking the Board of Education to invest with compensation, with pay. Again, 7% is a significant amount. When you look through differences on the pay scale, again, it's significant. I don't want to get too far in the weeds because it is a gigantic chart. Next steps, because again, we're talking a lot about teachers. Again, classified staff, last year, we increased the budget almost $1.3 million, increasing every classified staff's raises. We did a comparability study, we worked through that, we're very intentional, and we'll continue to look at that, but until we get to final budget time, I'm not willing to present something about classified yet, other than we are going to be extending those salaries from 27 to 30, because we've got a lot of classified folks that work a lot longer than 27 years. Again, we want to. So overall, what this will do is it will feed $1.1 million into teacher salaries annually. I'm pausing for dramatic effect. Because again, the teachers, the people we put in our classrooms every day with our kids they make the difference in educating our kids. And again, we want to have the very best, very brightest, from preschool, pre-K to senior year, and then celebrate them when they walk across the stage on May 17th and for the years to come. And I think this is a big step to do that. So I'd be asking you to consider approving the revised salary tables for the 24-25 school year. So this would go in effect on July 1. And this would also be worked into the budget, so when we have our budget meeting, this will be reflected in other changes that we make as far as monies and where we end up. But timing-wise, we wanted to get this out now because we're recruiting teachers now. We have jobs posted, and we have teachers that frankly may look to go somewhere else, and we want to make sure that they have early information on what we're going to pay folks here in Clark County. Go Cards.
Any questions?
I don't think I have a question, it's just a comment that we've been talking about this and knowing what you all have been working on. And so the reason why we probably don't have a lot of questions is because you keep us up to date on this information. And I think that's important for the community to know that we all know you all have worked on this. We trust you all, and you've really had to Mr. Howard, keep an eye out on what our state legislature is doing, because that all of that, what they decide, depends upon what we can do.
Correct.
So it's such a complicated thing, and I think this is an excellent. We have such excellent teachers in our school system. We want to keep them. We don't want them going anyplace else.
No, and I also want to brag on you guys, because with the Senate and the House, you know, they didn't build in necessarily for this,
Right.
but you guys are taking the lead and saying, if you're giving us extra money, we're going to pay our staff.
Right.
And again, I think that's where the money needs to go, and I'm, again, very thankful for the collaborative effort. And again, just want to celebrate our teachers and support our kids.
I guess my only question is, Ms. Ellis, do you have any concerns as far as our budget when we look at this? Is there anything that you're concerned about?
No, we, as Mr. Howard said, we have extensively talked it through. We looked at the legislation numbers, run the numbers. I mean, multiple times.
Then we ran them again.
Yes, then we ran again. So, we have done it multiple times to ensure what we assume is going to get approved with the final kind of information that's come out. We will have the ability to do this kind of one-time fell swoop, big 1.1 million increase to the budget, and then that puts us right at almost 84% payroll, which is the max we really want to hit. I mean, that's kind of the max of a budget that you want to be at, is really 85%. So we're right towing the line there. We're getting to that point. But again, that's what our investment is in our staff and our students. And so that is where the bulk of your budget should be spent. So that's what we're doing.
I mean, it just makes sense, right? You value people, you need to show them that you value people, and then they are happy. So they stay.
And again, research will tell you all day long, if you don't put highly qualified teachers and keep highly qualified teachers, you will not reach greatness in a world-class education. And so I agree. Spending 83.7% of our budget on staffing. Some people try to keep it a little lower. My argument is that's where we're getting the bang for our buck, and that's where our kids are winning every day in our classrooms.
I think you all did a great job on this. I appreciate all your all's work. And running the numbers and running them again. All right, well, would anybody like to?
I would like to, what's it called? Oh my goodness. Make a motion to approve the certified salary tables.
Motion by Mr. Hall. We are so done. I told you we were done.
You did tell me it's been a long day.
It's been a long week and we're on what?
I will second that.
Miss Dorsey is gonna second. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Clapping time.
And now I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Bennett,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We are adjourned at 6:44.
There we go.
You said 15 minutes?
Hey.